What up, you guys? Miras here with another DoD Deities of Death 2 vs 2 tournament game. On the bottom we have Stoochio playing Thor and Lizard playing Isis. On the other side we have Defiance playing Uranus and DarthNox playing Poseidon. And the map is... I think it's Savannah. Yes, Savannah. So what are your thoughts here?
Interesting matchup. I think it's I would say I in this case I would give it to Defiance and DarthNox with the gods. I think early raids from both Poseidon and Uranus can do great damage versus either Eggy or Thor. If the Thor walls, then the Eggy is still vulnerable. So that might be hard to pivot. On the other hand, if they show no form of aggression, it's going to be super hard to win. Because I don't think Poseidon has the best late until you have very, very late where you can just do shenanigans with Hetaroi. But other than that, there is not much to do. So I'm hoping to see a lot of raids from Defiance and DarthNox together on one person to completely shrivel up their economy, make sure it's not doing anything.
Oh,
but on the other hand, I'm
Oracle
assuming
is out of position. I think it would be worth... No, he's running back. Sorry, finish your thought process.
I was going to say the problem here is even if you double someone, both gods are really good at booming, right? If you let an Isis boom for too long, it's very hard to deal with. But in retrospect, if you let Thor boom for too long, it's also very difficult to deal with, especially as an Atlantean. You don't have anything versus a big Norse army.
No, exactly. I think, yeah, they need to make something happen in the early game, otherwise... Or they can just grab 2 town centers, or I'm not too sure how to approach it. I do feel that if they, unless they do a lot of damage early on, the Thor-Isis combo will just destroy them. But maybe they have special strategies. They don't have special build orders. I don't approve of Stoochio's Thor build order over here. Hammer of Thunder is so much slower than the other upgrades if you get it in the archaic age, 15 seconds. So it's much better to do copper mail and then copper shields. And if you want to age up 430 like he's doing now, you can even get copper weapons and still be faster. In any case, we'll continue. We see Uranus aging up through Oceanus. We see Poseidon aging up through Hermes. So both of them are aging up a bit faster. And on the other side we see Forseti and Bust. So nothing out of the ordinary, I'd say. Quick relic check then. That's okay.
I'm wondering,
decent. He's grabbing
for
it.
an Isis player, if it would be worth to go Anubis, because Uranus has heroes that are only at a certain point where they're like, yes, you can instantly heroize a unit, but there is some delay, and you mostly cast that off cooldown anyway. And Greek have very little heroes, so if you spread them, I've seen a couple of games where Kvot recently does a lot of Anubis and just goes full on dogs basically. So it does work very well versus Greek. So I think it also has a chance versus Atlantean. But I'm not sure if it's better than the standard Ancestors Eclipse style though.
Yeah, it's much harder to keep them alive compared to Sphinxes. In any case, Defiance is going for an early second town center. I don't mind that, to be honest.
It is versus a Thor. So I guess that does work.
I'm not sure why the centaur is being so idle though. We should do a bit more with it. Creo Sphinx being researched for the ISIS player, so there will be some Sphinx raiding going on.
They do work the best versus Hippias though. So if he is going pure Hippias, then it would have been nice to indeed go for that Sphinx. Oh, there is some harassment here, the building not getting finished.
You're getting compliments in Twitch chat about your voice.
Ah.
Maybe you should start an ASMR show. We don't see a
Sure.
bunch of villagers on favor, so is he making centaurs? Let's check. He is, okay.
There is really no response from DarthNox though. He is busy on the other side of the field, but is he microing? Oof, that centaur. The answer is no.
No, probably not. Okay. Yeah, more Sphinxes coming in. So, bit of a raiding style. DarthNox is carrying though with he's engaging with 2 players. Stoochio is yet to make a single military unit, I think. I'm not sure what this military barracks placement is. But, well,
That is indeed a very strange barrack placement.
he's going very heavy on favor 7. Did he get a relic or something? Yeah. Does that affect him? It does. Oh, so he got cheaper centaurs. That's very decent.
I'm wondering if it's worth it. To be frank, like if he's not perfectly microing his centaur, they are really weak units. They do really well versus cheap infantry. But again, like we see here, that where Thor is just making some Hersir, and you don't really have much counterplay.
Yeah. ISIS players aging up to Neptis, so we can see an Ancestors and Eclipse anytime soon. Although you can just ceasefire it nowadays. So.
Which indeed is a lot better compared to previous iterations where you just had to guess that he was going to do AE and just hope that you had that trigger finger where you just put the ceasefire in front.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It was very cool though if you managed to pull it off. In any case, Sphinx being annoying, not doing that much damage though. Although there's already a 20 villager difference between the 2 teams. I wonder if that's because Defiance has been on 2 town centers for the entire game, or something else has happened.
Well, there weren't that many raids though, so I think yeah, Defiance is just not being harassed in any way, shape or form, and he's just booming with his Ati eco.
I mean, the Sphinxes did some damage, but I'm not sure if they killed that many units. In any case, now there's a Mamilo raid coming in. Trying to prevent the second town center, but I think there's just too many reserves there. Did he get...
He's going for the Carnivora Crush though. The Carnivora Crush will do something, but I'm not sure if it's enough.
No, he's sending the Hersir there to deal with them. So, very calculated response. And he got the Dwarven Breastplate, Ulfsar, or Berserks I should say. So, easily dealt with.
I think it still was the correct play for Defiance to do that or engage that though, because Lizard's reaction would have been like, oh, I need to make units to make sure that I get that TC up, so I think definitely. It's still okay. But we are seeing like the DarthNox where he lost some units in the beginning, then had to like go versus 2 armies a bit. He's still on 1 TC, and you see that fall behind. Lizard is already, he's heroic. He's on like multiple production now.
Yeah, if this ends
Yeah,
up in a 1v1 situation, then DarthNox will just lose versus the ISIS player. Then again, Defiance is not doing very well either. He just lost 1, 2, 3, 4 villagers. I mean, given that he's been on one town center extra, he should be in a better position. That being said, the Thor player, oh, another 4 citizens dead. That's just too bad. Oh damn. Stoochio is taking no prisoners.
Harsh. Yeah, that's harsh. No mercy for Defiance.
I mean, I wonder if he could have used the shockwave earlier to save his citizens.
I think he should have. But I guess it always feels so like unnecessary. Like you think maybe I can get the way, maybe I can do something and wait and not really want to use all my resources or god powers to do so. But in the end, I think it is indeed better just to use it to get to safety.
No. Defiance did get heroic aid, so now he has some Dryades to help him and probably also some Arcus. But behind this, Lizard is just happily going up to the mythic age, so not even committing to a heroic age. He's like, well, my opponent is nicely in his base, although he should see this. He could send a few units to raid this, but I think he is just happy to abuse Valley of the Kings instead.
I really like the fact that he immediately put down 2 Migdols though to make sure that there's enough production in case that he, like DarthNox, wants to put some shenanigans and just like try to crush with full-on hips. Because in early they do win versus camels if you mass them. But I really think that was smart by Lizard to go that double Migdol to make sure there's production.
Yeah, Defiance resigned. Yeah, he was really overwhelmed by that Thor push.
I think. Yeah, you're right. I think that Thor push that caught off guard with like 8 to 10 citizens lost that completely skewed the game.
Is it Zio? Or is it SJO? Or is it Joe? Joe. That I kind of like that. Joe in the blue. Joe in the blue playing Odin. Okay, Joe in the blue playing Odin. His teammate is Cragghack. Playing Zeus. So we have Zeus and Odin. Map is Blue Lagoon. Zeus and Odin here. On Team USA, red, a little bit of white, and blue. Thank you very much. So Team USA, I have no idea where these guys are from actually, but anyway, red and blue is Zeus and Odin. Down on the bottom side, we have Skirnir and GoldenRoyal. So Skirnir is playing Aranos down here in Old Yeller. Okay, and his teammate is Freyr. Cool. Okay, so Freyr and Aranos. Really? I think that's not a bad... That's not a bad team. That's not a bad team. That's not a bad team. I don't know. I think that Freyr is maybe a little... I don't know. I still don't know how viable Freyr is in team games. I still don't know. We're figuring it out though. We're figuring it out there. Thanks for the follow, Hatto. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyway, so Freyr and we'll talk about it later. Freyr and Aranos on the bottom side, and Odin and Zeus up on the top side. I know Skirnir. I recognize, like I know all of these guys' names. But as players, I don't really recognize them. Skirnir, I've known Skirnir for a long time, but I don't really know him as a player. I know him from Twitch and stuff like that. GoldenRoyal, similar thing. I've seen him all over Discord, but I don't really know him as a player. Same thing with Cragghack and the Joe guy. I don't really know anything about Joe. So if you guys know about these players, what their major gods are, is there an advantage? I guess that's the point I'm trying to get at here is there a favorite between these two teams? Does one team have an advantage over the other? I don't know. I personally don't know. So we're just gonna have to watch and figure it out for ourselves. Theoretically, Zeus and Odin, in 2v2s, I think mobility is great in 2v2s, and so I think that Zeus and Odin, definitely more mobile, should be able to have some nice team synergy as they zip around the map, you know, finding damage, doing damage, this and that, etc., etc. That's what I think. You know, by all means, if you don't touch Freyr, you're going to get into some trouble eventually. You know, Aranos, it can be difficult to touch Aranos and do some damage against Aranos, as we see he's already dropping these sky passages, right? So a Golden Bursty, we know about the Freyr God Power Golden Bursty, that can be used defensively on teammate town centers as well. So, you know, by all means, I think there is some defensive synergy to be found between Aranos and Freyr. But once we start thinking about aggression, these guys may not die early on necessarily to Zeus and Odin, but eventually they're going to be able to, or sorry, eventually they're going to have to get counterattacked, get their own attacks, get their own aggression going as well. And so that's where I think things are going to be a little bit interesting. If potentially eventually, if GoldenRoyal as the Freyr player, if he can get himself into the heroic age, where I think Freyr really shines as a heroic age, then I think at that point in time, Skirnir should also have a really nice army himself. He should have the speed upgrade for his units, blah, blah, blah. He should be able... They could mount a decent push at that stage of the game. So what I'm, I suppose, predicting or anticipating here is potentially a double Great Hall for the Freyr player. Okay, double Great Hall. That's a little bit surprising for me, but whatever. I'm expecting just defensive chill play, GoldenRoyal and Skirnir. They're gonna have to find their timing, and hopefully not lose our Valkyrie here, Joe. Anyways, they're gonna have to find their timing. Just mitigate damage, don't take damage, mitigate damage, blah 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 blah. Throughout the classical age, and then you know, get a nice attack or something like that going into the heroic age potentially. So let's see what kind of defense I can play. Honestly, this little position here with all these walls, for him to take these giraffes, it's just killer, man. This is just beautiful. Beautiful. For our Freyr player, real quick, over on the top-hand side or left-hand side, we got Cragghack thinking about going aggressive here. He's going to find... That is a cheeky forward. Dude, just passing, JK. He finds it. That it should be a dead... Ooh, that should be a dead citizen. Let's see. Can Jason... can Heracles and Jason put the nail in the coffin? Or... Ooh, and he, you know, transports into the tower. Nice little save there. Okay, yeah, that would have been a super cheeky, what are they called? Sky passage to use on that position there. Anyway. Okay, we got straight Murmillos coming out for our yellow player, Skirnir. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. The Longhouses are finally coming out here for GoldenRoyal. Okay. Over on the red-hand side, we just got straight hoplites. Ooh, and the Murm's getting a little bit of some damage over. Ooh, the Murm's getting a nice bit of damage over here. A couple of hero Murms. That's also... Dude, that's Tusk of the Iron Boar relic that he's got, man. That is sick. That is super sick to take that away from the other team. Eventually, he's Aranos. Eventually, he could get some delicious Cantarius out. That could be real nice. For his Cantarius spam. I don't know if Cantarius... Well, Cantarius spam is going to be super strong in a team game. You know, Athena Zeus definitely has options to... Oh, finished off the citizen. Anyways, Athena definitely has options. Athena Hoplites definitely gives you options to handle Cantarius spam eventually. But Tusk of the Iron Boar should be nice. Should be nice. Good looking army here for GoldenRoyal. Okay, Joe, gotta be a little bit careful. Careful there, mister. Oh, we're just about out. I like the walls down here, by the way, from Joe. I definitely like the walls down there by him. Try and secure what you can, by all means. We had a bolts on something over here. Probably the Hero Murmillo. Dude, snipe that Tusk of the Iron Boar, baby. He's got two heroes there, buddy. Just run in and snag that bitch. Although this old bitch right here gonna snag it for Skirnir. There he goes. Sick. Okay. So not a lot of team synergy just yet. Cragghack and Joe in the red-blue team. They're just trying to go a little bit aggressive and find some damage, but Joe is getting pushed back by our Freyr player here. We got another relic from Mr. What's his bucket? Let me try and click on him. There we go. What is that? Archimedes Ledger. Siege Pop is -1 Siege Pop space. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? Okay. So I wouldn't say that anybody necessarily has an advantage just yet. Okay. No real damage has been done. Like, there's a couple villas that Red lost up here. You know, some little skirmishes and fights and whatnot around, but I think generally the players are, for the most part, all on the same playing field. We got Thundering Hooves coming in for our Odin player. That's gonna be sick. What's his bucket? Ooh, Thundering Hooves is already in for our Freyr player here. Okay, Hunt already claimed there. Hunt getting claimed there. Raven keeping his eye on things. Okay. Ooh, we got some action over on this far right side. Ooh, Freyr's going aggressive, but Joe with some nice defense there. Freyr not going Oler is a jump scare. I think it's okay, man. I think it's okay. We have a shockwave down on that red side between red and yellow. Let's go take a peek at Ruski. Oh my god, I missed this. That would have been so crazy. Shockwave, defensive shockwave, man. That is nuts. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Some of those low HP citizens. Oh, mamacita. I don't know what he was going for. Maybe the town center or something like that. I didn't quite see. But, you know, yeah. Red, whatever Red found down there, it was delicious. 'Twas delicious. Another great haul coming in. Okay, are we maybe gonna see some forest fire action here? This little alleyway is dangerous, buddy. There is some danger, some stranger danger here. Who was that? That was Blues, that was Blues, that was Blues. Oh my god. Ooh, Freyr uses his as well, so we got double forest fire there. Okay, hard to... We got a fight going on, but who in the hell knows who's gonna win? The throwing axemen are passively doing some damage back there. They're not super strong necessarily against raiding cavalries. The raiding cavalries. It looks like Joe in the blue has more total numbers. Got some reinforcements coming in for both players here. Maybe pulling those vills to do some butter shanking. Could be the way to go. Where do the vills go, actually? The villagers are gone. Did they die or did they just leave? I don't even know, dude. Okay, so ultimately Freyr loses that forward position. The forest fire's just opening things up. Bro, look at GoldenRoyal's point amount, his score. Look at that, look at that, look at that. He's so much, Skirnir, Joe, and Cragghack all super similar, but then Schwing, 8,800. Gotta be careful there, Orange, gotta be careful. Skirnir's going for a back town center on his backside, okay. The Raven maybe has vision of that, but whatever. In fact, it seems like the Raven definitely has vision of that, dude. It looks like that's exactly where Joe is going. Was going. He's been kind of scared away by GoldenRoyal's RC right there. A little bit of a raid. Apollo! Cragghack with an Apollo usage. Are we going to Apollo ourselves right back there? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe. No, he doesn't have a big enough army. We're going to push into the berries, though. You're scared of what GoldenRoyal is cooking up, says, I think it's good, says Chimps. You're scared of what he's cooking up? What is he cooking up, dude? Dude, GoldenRoyal just is super low on score, and he has just got kicked off of that forward position, man. GoldenRoyal needs to cook up a big miracle here because he's just getting further and further behind, man. That's what he needs to cook up. Ooh, speaking of cooking, there is no sky passage there. We could cook some Vil kills here. If Joe... Wow. I'm not gonna lie, everybody. The fact that units in Retold have the weight, they have like some weight statistic. I don't know if it's shown in the UI. 31. They have some kind of weird weight statistic. So, or something like that, weight class, here it is, weight class 6. So if you're at depending on your weight class, you could just push through other units. I don't like it, man. I think it's really weird. It sort of removed the certain micro like techniques like cutting off pathing and stuff like that because units just slip right through. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. Running your raiders ahead to cut off units, that seems like such a quintessential technique in RTS games. Or I guess just this style of game. It's really kind of removed from the game a little bit. Oh, Bucko, we got an underworld action. That is a lot of eco there, dude. That is a lot of eco. The RC is gonna get the, what about the Skirnir citizens? And also all the hunters of GoldenRoyal going down as well. He's just gonna go further and further behind. Look at that, dude, look at that. Look at his total population vill numbers. 30 freaking 2 vill numbers. Everybody else is up around 50. I know Freyr can have a sick eco, but for crying out loud, you gotta keep it safe. Excuse me. That was definitely a decent underworld right there. Definitely a decent underworld. And he's got the other one on the front side. Yeah, too shabby. Not too shabby, not too shabby, man. Not too shabby. Let's see what kind of damage he can find here. Manticore spam. That could be pretty sick against the straight merm numbers from Skirnir. Oh, dude. Plus we got some heavy Witchmabobbers. Heavy Hippospis as well. So the Zeus is going to be on 2 town centers. Eventually, it's only 1 hero there trying to build that town center. GoldenRoyal is looking okay. He's got good army numbers, but you know he's lacking map control. He's down on vill numbers. Yada yada yada. He's just gonna have to hang on. He has not used his Golden Bursty just yet, so there's a potential there for him to do some damage, survive, etc., against whatever. Joe is getting himself into a nice position here, though. Zip, thanks for the follow, dude. Thanks for the follow. We got another. Okay, we got that TC coming in. That we also have a 3rd town center coming in for Cragghack. A couple of stables, which is an interesting addition. So Cragghack is looking to take advantage of his advantage. Dropping those TCs. Expanding that eco. Nice. Picking off the daily hopper. Sick. Getting more vill kills. Potential. Careful there, buddy. Dude. Skirnir is not keeping his eco safe enough, man. Like, it's not the biggest raid in the world, but, you know, eventually you can't just allow raid after raid after raid after raid after eco damage after eco damage after eco damage after eco damage after eco damage. There's a restoration there for Cragghack, as he can maybe gonna push into this town center potentially. Does he have enough melee output for it? Potentially. That's 4 manticores right there. Dude, that is so many dead citizens! Are you kidding me? For yellow. Ooh. Joe is running away from GoldenRoyal over here. Dude, this would potentially be the perfect opportunity for a Golden Bursty usage, man. Golden Bursty. Oh, I called it. Sick. Is he heroic? No. That is a classical age Golden Bursty right there, man. Oh, and those are classic. Oh my god, everything is dying. Mahoon Slider, thank you for the follow. Golden Bursty is doing some good work, but not good enough because Skirnir just got gutted on his back end. Oof. On the front end, GoldenRoyal's getting just hammered with RC. Getting trampled with RC, that's maybe the way to put it, huh? Team Red and Blue here. Cragghack and Joe are just taking things over, man. Skirnir is just getting squished into his base because of that underworld. GoldenRoyal is just trying to play keep up. He's half of a freaking score compared to Blue, for crying out loud. Blue's up on that 2nd TC. Seriously, dude. Seriously, he's on that 2nd TC. The only heroic player we have is Red, and GoldenRoyal and Skirnir call it. So they down in the lower bracket, man. They get knocked out. That means Joe and Cragghack move on. Man, things were interesting, really interesting between. Man, someone's excited. Look at that. These guys are stoked on their win. Yeah, it's just best. This one was best of 1 chimps. Yes. Anyways, so things were looking pretty equal between all 4 players. They were looking pretty equal for a good chunk of the game. Eventually, GoldenRoyal in the orange, the Freyr player, eventually he was losing a little bit too much, you know, and he got behind in score, took some bad fights, you know, he got kicked off of this forward position with the forest fire action, blah blah blah. You know, Skirnir was looking pretty decent with his 2 town centers, but ultimately that underworld has just really caused him some problems, man. Mixing in the Hippospis. His Murmillo were just pointless eventually after that. The thing is that Joe's economy in the blue, I think it was almost completely untouched. And also Cragghack as well. He lost a couple of vills early on that we saw with the hero merms. But after that, I think his eco was pretty much untouched as well. So the majority of this game, it was Skirnir and Golden just playing defense, 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 defense. They didn't really take a ton of economic damage until the last 5 minutes or so. So they were doing, they were doing good early on, but eventually it was just too much too much eco damage that eventually was bestoweth upon them. Yeah. I don't know why in recorded games my name is inserted into one of the players, but whatever. Apparently I had a sick, What? Cragghack killed 50 villagers? Oh. Let's check that timeline. Civilian units. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that. From 62, I'm looking at yellow, 62 down to 26. Oh my god. I played well while commentating. Sick micro. Thank you. Thank you. Brutal, dude. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Well, so Crag. It's not super useful to have a scoreboard in best of ones, but whatever. We got Crag winning 1-0. Well done, well done, well done. Ooh, we have the other semi-final best of one that we can cast. I believe that Mirez already casted it on his on the Deities of Death channel, but I want to watch it too. It's only one game, so I want to watch it too. Yeah, I'm not looking at the, I'm just that good. I'm not gonna look at the I'm not gonna look at the bracket because I want to be surprised as to who wins this game. Team Jolly versus Team Apple. Here we go. Jolly.
What up, you guys? Mirez here with DoD Kries casting a game between Team J, joeybadz and .IamJoe versus SJO and Cragghack. They're playing Poseidon, Odin against Set and Hades. So rather aggressive gods versus a bit more defensive, I would say. What are your thoughts, Kries?
I think we've been seeing a lot of similar gods here. I'm not seeing some games that we have seen a Kronos or two, but I think most games there is a Poseidon, an Odin. Now we've seen 2 games of Hades. At least always an Egyptian, being it Ra or Isis or 2 times Set. In this, I would think that it's depending on how Joe plays. Last time when we see these people play, it was versus Apple and GrandMonster, and there Joe was also playing Greek, playing Poseidon. He went for a 1 TC. Maybe he would have learned this lesson now. He will go 2 TC, not sure, but I think that's the most viable strategy on Blue Lagoon for a Hades. Not sure what joeybadz is going to pull off. I don't think there is any shenanigans here to be done, though. There is nothing special that Odin can do to surprise anyone. Fast heroic definitely doesn't work versus neither of these civs. And for Poseidon, I also think 2 TC is probably your best bet if you're versus Hades or versus Set. They're not really going to touch you in any way early.
No.
And your rating is not going to do that much either. So unless you're going for a gold starve, that's possible. But then you will need some coordination though. And again, they're both kind of like defensive in that aspect, and Set is offensive at some point. But we've seen now most of the times it's that semi-fast mythic into Valley of the Kings.
Yeah, definitely. Oh. No, definitely. Set has been. You did see a few shifting sands, but nothing like super all in or something. Just send your free stuff away and try to deal damage. So did we see the no ultra fast Vault of Erebus here for Joe?
I wonder though, like I think the ultra fast Vault of Erebus is pretty good and can lead perfectly into that 2TC death ball. So it should have, and it does work versus both Norse and Greek though. So this would have been the perfect time to pull it off if he would have tried it.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you're planning on nothing super aggressive, then it's definitely worth it. I do think he's going for a second TC though, judging from his distribution. The Set player is aging up through Anubis, so we do see something new. Anubis, Hermes, Freya, and Athena.
Question is, what is he going to do with that Anubis though? Is he going for the poison spears?
Could be. If you have the poison spears, yeah, it works against both these players. I think if you're expecting a bunch of cavalry, then it's not a bad idea. He did get 2 monuments though, so maybe he's trying to do like any bite raiding.
Sometimes I feel like these players have a good mindset of what strategy to pull off, but I feel when I play myself, I'm mostly hampered by the fact that I have no hands. Like, even though it would be all cool if I would go 5 Anubite raiding with 5 different raid groups, but then I realize I am just not fast enough or don't have the capacity to micro that all at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. So this, yeah, it's yeah. I often tried it, but if you lose them so fast, then it's very easy to do almost no damage with them, and it's very hard to do a lot of damage with them.
Exactly.
So yeah. His lure attracted a bunch of lions. It's a good thing they no longer auto-attack your villagers, otherwise his town center would have been busy. He did get both hand and pickaxe though. No upgrades here. Centaur and Valk both being annoying. We did see that before, right? Was it from the same team? Just send your classical units to harass one player. I do like these walls though by Joe. Secures him a bunch of hunt, gold mine, additional hunt, and this this relic. No second town center though.
Which is strange. I'm not seeing it, and I'm also not seeing Crag instantly going for the second town center. But if you pay attention, it's also what's happening a lot in tournament games. So instead of like that 4-minute town center, they would rather wait, see what's going on from the enemy, and then respond appropriately, either by getting a TC or doing something else. But you see that more and more as well if you watch like especially the early recordings of the earlier tournaments.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think you can also see what happens when you go blindly for a second town center. Like with the Jollyman and Zoekt game, they really got punished for it. But we do see a second town center now from Joey. Let me just give briefcase a bracket. 1 second. So yeah, Joe has to deal with raiding. He now casts Sentinel. Managed to hold on for it for a while, but he also lost 2 villagers. I think it's fair to cast it now. If you can't gather your own gold, then you might as well use it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, these are in danger. These villagers, they will get raided. Snakes being cast, not sure where.
Line of sight is there for SEO. He's
Over here.
doubling down both Woodvilles. And
He blocked the second
upping
town
the
center with
second
the snakes. Yeah. I thought they only dealt with... Yeah, they have a 0.0 multiplier against villagers, so I think they could have... Yeah, there are still many of them though, so...
I think if he would just have moved all of them to the very back, he could have still continued building the TC though.
Yes, I think so too. But he is being pestered by 4 Anubites, so...
And that is something different though. That's something that you cannot just readily leave your villagers into, that they will die pretty significantly.
Atalanta hurrying in on a snake killing mission. An Anubite killing mission as well. He's faster than them, isn't he? 5.
I must say, that hero is absurdly broken.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's already nerfed twice, it's still absurdly broken.
Oh yeah. Okay, now jump to safety.
That's the point. That's the point we were making. Like it's very hard if you don't have perfect like control on your raids, on your Anubites. They will die quite fast if they stand in those 2 Greek heroes for only even 1 second. It's game over.
Yeah. It is causing a bunch of idle time though. Meanwhile, SEO also grabbed a forward town center, and Joe did manage to grab his 2nd town center. So, the game is more or less stabilized, although these raiders are still doing a bit of damage all over the place. Did manage to have him retreat. In fact, Joey is now out of food, except these berries. And he doesn't have Shadouf, right? So the farming transition is going to be rather difficult.
I think SEO is doing a very good job here of containing Joe. He's been raiding non-stop, and now he's going for a 2nd TC to make sure that he's not that far behind in economy.
I think Theseus just got killed by snakes.
That's hard.
So yeah, let's see. This would be a nice raiding spot.
This is always one of the dangers that I have when I'm playing team games. If you break a wall, which is fine, but how heavily are you gonna get punished for it? Because if there's only 1 entry spot and you've just gone through it because you broke the wall, and then all of a sudden there's an army from the back, you pretty much lose your entire army.
Yeah, definitely. Your risk of getting trapped, especially if they're here and Joe would send a sneaky villager like this one to repair the wall when you're inside.
Luckily the case, that's not what happened with SEO.
Let's see. We now have Heroic Age in for Cragghack.
Cragg's still on 1 TC though. Like I guess that's the saving grace for Joey, because he is doing some damage with his Anubites and he does have 2 TC.
So maybe So yeah, but he does have ceasefire for the ancestors, and instantly killing the giraffes to for some food.
I think I'm not sure if it's worth it because I'm not seeing a lot of people when they go in heroic age to instantly grab a siege workshop. I don't see it being done much anymore, where in the past, both in Voobly and classic AOM, it was one of the main things where you slam your Migdol and immediately put 1-2 siege workshops and just use them for sheer meat shield purposes.
Yeah,
if you're not killing buildings. But I'm not sure if it's gonna go here though, because he needs to watch out for SEO's raids as well.
That was a big raid. Oh damn! Oh man, it was so close to completion. Like 60 hit points remaining. Oh, that's rough. Anyways, Njord almost in for SGO, and Aphrodite coming in there for Joe. Interesting not to see Dionysus for Poseidon again.
The stun was nice, but the Anubite still managed to jump away though.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering what Joe's gonna do though. On the other side, like SEO is basically just taking his forward position so well, and he's not letting go, while also continuously raiding both in Joe's base and in Joey's base.
I think Joe will just go straight to Mythic.
Will he use Earthquake on the forward of SEO?
All the God powers. Now use Walking Woods.
Now everything's just in one big hole, they just dump everything.
Going straight for the second town center. Makes sense, no point in pushing into a Hades base. Now there's the Walking Woods. I've seen more Walking Woods today than in the previous 3 months of retail.
I'm not sure what everyone's wood fetish is though, like... we really would have needed a bit more micro from Joey here, that he could kill the sense faster with his jumping Anubites.
Yeah, definitely. He's doing a decent job of keeping them alive though, better than I would. Although he's now losing a few.
Just when you said it, I think you jinxed him.
Yeah, definitely. Cast his curse. So yeah, he's pushing in, but towers are now up for Joe. Not sure if this push is the right thing to do. And then again, Joe doesn't have a single archer. He went 100% hoplites, and his opponent now has heavy throwing axemen.
That Chiron is also not really focusing any myth unit.
No.
Achilles also was not focusing a myth unit. That's pretty bad micro there though.
It's interesting though that they're still ahead in terms of score. And I think Joey is slinging him resources, but I'm not too sure. I think I heard the sound. Is Joey aging up? No, he's not. So, despite all the efforts, all they did in the end was destroy this town center, which he's now claiming back.
Yeah, but they do have the... I must say, even though they didn't accomplish that much, they do have most of the map though. Like, their map forward percentage is quite high.
True. I mean, I think this would have been a better point of assault though, because then they're left on these two backward gold mines, and now they still have to deal with this Migdol. I like how Joe is, he's rather patient with this defense. He's still nicely tacking up, not forgetting his eco upgrades.
I'm seeing a lot of passive play from Joe here, though. He's not touched SEO in any way or form except when SEO is in his base.
Yeah, true.
And I also feel that he didn't really outboom him either.
No, I think he's... Cragghack was on 1TC for a very long time, so he has a higher score than him, but... otherwise not so much. Great Jaws now being produced. Did he get Ringgiver? He did, so now these are very... And a second Walking Woods being used. How much is it? Is it 100 favor?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Damn. You would say you would rather make like a few...
Yeah, you could make 3+ mountain giants for that. That would have been so much, in my opinion. Those giver draws do really work, though. Like,
Definitely.
it's hard now for joeybadz to do anything because he was counting on his Scorpion meant to be some front line. But with the Jarls having bonus against the myth units,
yeah,
that's not
definitely.
going that well either.
I do like Joey's walls. He's really compartmentalizing his backward base.
I think joeybadz is really playing quite well here. He's helped Joe on a couple of occasions. He got raided himself. He's doing a 2TC. He's ahead of Crag this entire game. At this point in time, he did some good Anubite raids, keeping them alive as well for quite a long time. Stopped Crag's second TC with Serpents.
Yeah, and no, don't forget these MVP snakes that have been patrolling this town center for the entire game.
He still hasn't taken it back.
No.
Finally, the push is coming from Double J.
Yeah, and I think that is because we have an Age of SEO. We see a tier coming in.
Ooh.
I think he should just claim his backward town center and probably, yeah, make a few hill forts.
I think that now here comes into play their early aggression rewards, because they've been pushed back now, but they already had 70% of the map. So even though Crag was behind this entire time, he now has the chance to just sit back a bit and boom, because they're still on basically the enemy side of the map.
Yeah,
so
true.
he can just pull back, not lose that much army, do some skirmish here and there, and just basically also get the economy that he needs to be competitive.
Their economy is exactly equal at this point, so they did catch up pretty nicely. I think that was a big difference between earlier games where they just committed to aggression and they just went like, okay, aggression went okay, but let's just grab town centers and boom off this.
Yeah.
Also, Mythic coming in for Joe, and it is Hephaestus, so...
Aha!
New meta is here. Finally something else. And I agree, I mean, an Earthquake here... I don't think Earthquake would do that much at this point. I mean, the Chefs of Plague upgrade is still very nice, don't get me wrong, but... he could just Ceasefire it. I would have probably used Ceasefire here.
I think he
Oh no,
should.
it's your ally, Fimbulwinter, never mind, I'm an idiot.
That he's getting... Like, where's the army though? I think the army score for Crag is quite low at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
The bells have rank. The villagers are inside, but that does not stop your train getting eaten by them. So.
Yeah, and he set his rallying point a bit too forward, so all these units are just walking past this this ball of tox here. But the Jarls are now doing work. They're legendary Jarls.
Yeah, those Jarls are extremely strong.
So, plenty fault coming in. We do see the upgrade, so now we should have very cheap armory upgrades. Why can't I see them? Yeah, super cheap.
It's their research time for these upgrades went down to 5 seconds from like 20 plus something, which is really amazing. So now it almost researches instantaneously.
Yeah, I think for team games it's definitely still worth considering. Let's check the... Yeah, he didn't get a single armory upgrade then, so makes sense. He just queued all 3. Probably wants to add more armories at this point though.
Yeah. But we are seeing that SEO is basically just a booming beast, and his Jarls are doing so much work now.
Yeah. I mean, if you got your economy all set, then maybe the Ring for Jarls is a better investment than the Winter Harvest from Skadi.
True. I think in the end, if you have the Jarls there, it's probably better in terms of sheer unit composition. But I'm also not sure if that's what you should be going eventually.
No, in the end game, I think you probably should switch to Berserks either way, especially if you went through tier.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Berserks do so much damage. Even you have the tier Huskarl upgrades, like what is it? Is it the Berserker gang upgrade?
Yeah.
It does so much bravery, I'm guessing. It does so much damage of your Huskarls versus buildings. You can just let a few run around. In the end, I guess Norse for late game is basically just Berserks and side building, right? There's nothing else to do than just spamming Berserks and do side building, trying to cut off trade.
I do like how Joey keeps on making walls and adding sections to his base, but now Cragghack is like, well, I'm just gonna wall you in. And we're gonna concentrate on the inside here, because the trade route...
I think they just said, hey, let's do a ceasefire here. We were not fighting this side. We're just both gonna wall against each other and just keep focusing on the middle.
Yeah, exactly. I do like how Joey managed to keep this Colossus alive for quite a while.
Yeah, he's actually microing the Colossus. But I must say, the Ringgiver Jarls are giving so much military pressure though, like the amount of resources they have like conquered by just winning fights is a lot.
Tornado being used to deal with the Ballista, also deals a decent amount of damage against the town center.
It did kill 4 Ballista though, that's already a ton of resources.
But now the, well, they're not the best Ulfsark, but they're still pretty decent Ulfsark coming in. It's interesting to see how this team now is already pushing again. I would have thought that the other team would have carried it now, but...
I'm not seeing... Like, I do see some army from other Joey, but I'm not seeing where his full army composition is. Is he because I'm also not seeing any side builds except from SEO who's doing what he should be doing. He's randomly going with Berserks everywhere, but I'm not seeing anything from joeybadz though. He was in such a commanding position, and now he's all of a sudden 10k under Cragghack.
I wonder why, because he still has gold. I mean, he has a trade route. He has decent eco upgrades. I mean, could be just a production problem, because he is making... Yeah, he only has 2 Migdal strongholds. Also, he went Horus, so and he has the and
Yeah, he has the super spears basically. He has the
yes.
super spear.
You should get the spearman out, but I think at this point it's too late because Ezio is really pushing in. Second sentinel being used, I'm not too sure where. Ooh, he got the Jotun upgrade as well, you love to see it. Oh, he used him here, in the center. But he has a bunch of idle villagers here. I think Joe is out of gold. So this side build is really strong.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get called because he also has the plenty now that he took from Joe.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
That's great coming in.
Joe is just too strong, I think, in this.
Yeah, GG, very well played. Very good game actually.
This
Really
was
like,
indeed a very good game.
really like
I
how,
also, if I was honest, I didn't think that they would have won so convincingly in the end.
No, definitely not. I thought they were going to lose at one point, but the SEO was just so strong there in the end. I think once the economy went to a point where they can actually get full pop and they had like the town center advantage, that might have been, but yeah, as you can see, all resources collected. And you can see, well, it says my name over here, but this is Joey. His eco really fell flat there at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, well played.
Danny, are you, J4, are you Dutch or are you Belgian? I can't remember. I think you're Dutch. Spoofed is Belgian, though, Spoofed. So this is in honor of Spoofed, which we might cast more of his games in the future. Nice, delicious. It's, dude, this shit's locally brewed, though. You're Belgian but living in Netherlands? Oh, so I was both right. Oh, Spoofed is Belgian. Yeah, I remember that. I got some, there's some old AOL buddies of mine. They're twin brothers that, they're twin brothers who are Belgian. Finarfin, anyway, and Ogdod. Anyway, so let's get into this game. Made on the tinnies! Alright, so, Jollyman is playing Kronos in the blue, which is hilarious seeing Jolly play Kronos. Why is it hilarious? Because he's in it. I know Jolly for many moons, many years. He's not a Kronos player, dude. He's a Raw player. So I don't know what he's thinking going for Kronos here. I'm sure he's practiced and he, you know, has diversified over the years, but still, I think it's funny. So Jolly's playing Kronos here in the blue, and his teammate is Zoekt. The great Zoekt with the great Gaia and the great Lush. So we got Team Atlantean over on the left-hand side. Let's see if that is going to help them succeed more than their Hades Raw combination of the previous game. Anyway, so Team Atlantean over here on... Excuse me. On the other side, we have Team Bachi. So Bachi is in the greenish color. He's going for Loki. He's on the side of Jolly and the Zeblu. And we have Ramses over here in the red. He is playing Poseidon. Thank you for the... Hey, Took, thanks. And we have a backhand slap. Following me. Thank you. I might need to use you soon. Anyway. So it looks like, looking at where these oracles are. Oh, Bachi is sending sending a villager after that oracle right there. He wants to prevent some of the shenanigans, the Chrono shenanigans. Actually, it looks like two of them. Dude, he's spending, oh my god, is this worth it? To use two of your freaking villagers to go and shank two of the oracles, the Kronos oracles? Is that worth it? Using, I don't know if that's worth it, dude. I don't know if that's worth it. The reason I say it is because Kronos doesn't, these days, Valor as a god power changed. Dude, he's gonna pick that shit off. Oh my god, he actually picks it off. What about this guy? Looks like that guy's gonna get picked off as well. Anyways, Valor from the old game, you would typically crush Kronos Rush, time shift your temple forward, Valor your 3 oracles, and go to town. But Valor works differently these days. He just lost 2 oracles. Anyways, Valor works differently these days. So using 2 villagers to shank those 2 bad boys down, I don't know if that's really the best usage of your vills, man. Sure, ooh, I guess one thing it does do is, because now in Retold, your oracles produce favor. Like their line of sight, they produce favor. Anyway, so I guess you do mitigate or minimize their favor income by killing 2 oracles, which means that he will not be able to produce additional Prometheans as quickly as he otherwise would. But still, man, but still. There we go. The 2 Prometheans are out. You get 2 free Prometheans with 2 free myth units as on the Chronos side of things. By the way, okay, so he's just popping those popping those, what are those things called? Popping those Prometheans out. He's gonna decon that. What player is Bachi? Bachi's player number 4. Ooh, he is up there. Ooh, is he gonna get his troll? 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 He does not get his free troll. Bummer, dude. Anyway, so Jollyman gets his Prometheans forward, and then he just gets his temple out of there. Losing 2 oracles early on when you plan on doing it forward sucks. I mean, I guess, but, you know, still, I am of the opinion that I don't think it does, man. I don't think it matters all that much. It matters more so that you can't make extra Prometheans. Good job, Thord the Belcher. Good job, Thord. Actually, dude, that's a forward gold mine. Speaking of Thord, that's a forward gold mine right there. He needs to be careful. And it's not walled off, dude. Oh, buddy. And it's not walled off. Poor Bachi, poor Bachi, poor Bachi. And on the other side, Ramses is going for a freaking second town center. And it looks like it's going to be denied. Look. I think it's going to be denied. Oh, where's his hero? Where's his hero? Where's his hero? Where is his hero? It's not... That's going down. Oh, 30, 20, dead. Oh, oh, man.
Ouch, that had to hurt.
That sucks so bad. Ramses just loses his res. What number is he? Number 2. Where's his resources? There it is. That sucks, man. That sucks. A big fat one. So Bachi gets kicked off of his gold mine. Sure, he kills 2 oracles, but still gets kicked off for that gold mine. Is there a market here that Bachi's got? No, but he's got some Terma on that wood line. Maybe gonna get a little whatever by the troll. Anyways, town center getting denied of Ramses. That sucks. That hurts. So what is he gonna do now? What's the follow-up to it? Stable and some hips, I guess. What a great start from both Jolly and Zoekt, both going for some just straight Terma spam. Brutal, dude. How does this work? Send me, yeah, I'll cast it later on, dude. DM me your record game and I can cast it later on. I mean, straight Terma spam, if you can get some initiative going and slow down your opponents, straight Terma spam can be so delicious. We do see a Murmillo there, so Jolly's mixing in some infantry. Bachi's still not on his gold mine. Kicked off of wood. Eating his pigs already. No berries, no pigs, no chickens. He almost finished his chickens. But still, this is pretty brutal pressure here. It's slowing them down big time. It's not doing like game-ending damage, but it's just really slowing them down, you know? These Hurster are doing a pretty great job in defense, in all sincerity. But once those Murmillo numbers start coming out, oh boy, those Hurster are just gonna have a rough day. I'm a little bit surprised that Zoekt doesn't have a second town center to back this up. He's team 3. Player 3, rather. Doesn't quite have the gold to do so. Now that he's got like he's got a solid number of Terma, I wouldn't mind that he would save up, calm down with the Terma for a little bit, and just snag a back town center, continue to expand that eco. Oh no way, Bachi snuck. Oh dude, Bachi snuck is some gold up on that top side. Dude, he can maybe run over here and sneak this. Ooh, but he doesn't know about it. Nobody knows about it. Look, the pigs are not found by anybody. That sucks for Bachi, man. Look at all this eco right here. Oh. So brutal. So brutal. Sure, Herser are decent defense. Herser and RC, it's a decent defense against the witchmabobbers, against the Terma, but that's a lot of Terma. Remember when Terma used to be crazy OP? Do you guys remember that? Everybody would just do straight Terma spam. They're still annoying as fuck. Are they? They're not as strong as they used to be. It's been a long time since I've seen straight Terma spam from anybody. Town Center's back in for Ramses. A little bit too late there, a little bit too late, but better late than never, right? I know, like they can still be strong, but I don't see the same amount of Terma spam like we used to, is what I'm saying. There we go. There's the Town Center coming in for Zoekt, guys. So he and I are on the same wavelength. Oh, buddy. Sick raid here. Sick raid here. How well do they fare against Hippias? This is not, honestly, that would not be a bad fight again for the Hippias. But once the second group comes in, Jollyman, once his guys came in, that's too much, man. They can maybe get a sandwich here. The hips and the hers here. Ooh, they can maybe get a 6 sandwich here. Sandwich engaged. Ah, Bachi! Bachi! No! Hi, Magic! Welcome everybody from Magic's side. Oh, poor Bachi. They could have got a six sandwich there. I don't know if they would have won the fight, but there's so many Terma there. That could have been crazy nice. Enraged user, you should be enraged that we didn't see that nice little sandwich there between Bachi and Ramses. Jollyman and Zoekt are looking pretty darn good here for everybody that just joined from Magic's channel. This is a 2v2 DoD tournament, so the DoD clan, the DoDs, they have a 2v2 tournament that is happening.
What the fuck is going on here?
You know exactly what the fuck is going on here, Cuddy. It's a 1-day 2v2 tourney. It's a double elimination, so Zoekt and Jollyman over here in the purple blue color. They're looking pretty strong, man. Looking pretty strong for sure. Okay, take it easy. There's no rocks here, Star. Yeah, we hate rocks on this channel. We definitely hate rocks on this channel. Lucky for us, there's no Egyptians in this game, so we're just gonna hate on Terma instead. Anyway, so
Forever till dawn hates rocks.
I do too, my friend. So we're waiting right now. We're in the lower bracket right now. Ooh, nice Aphrodite time. That is not too shabby indeed. But we are currently waiting for the
Keen Flame is feeling freaky.
I am as well. We're waiting for the winners bracket finals to finish so we can cast those recorded games. Spectator mode is completely botched today, so we're not doing any no live games, unfortunately. We're just relying on recorded games today. Yeah, Ramses is from Egypt. Oh, dude, that's actually a good point, Nora. That's actually a very good point. Yeah, screw Ramses. He's playing Poseidon though, so that's okay. Okay, so Bachi's looking pretty decent here. He's back onto his gold mine. He's recovering. He's got a good amount of units here. Are those hers here today? Yeah, he's got Hall of Thanes. So against the straight one, I guess Jolly's taking a second town center now. So these Terma, like the Terma aren't scary anymore. So I really like that Jollyman has stopped his Terma numbers, swapping over to mainly focusing on Murmillo. So that's going to be really tough for Bachi, with mainly just Herser to try and fight against. If he can get those throwing axeman numbers up, sure, he can do decent, but man, they get shredded by Terma pretty hard. Okay, Zoekt on the other side. He's going for a third town center. He's starting to build forward. Okay, we got a little bit of a skirmish forward as well between Ramses and Zoekt. By all means, Ramses and Bachi on the Christmas team, I suppose you could say. The red and green team, Christmas team. They're still in this thing, but by all means, Zoekt and Jolly did some really nice harassment with the Terma early on. Really nice. There's maybe some potential power spikes here. For example, Earthquake. I guess Earthquake maybe for Ramses. He took a second town center very late, so I don't think that's coming in anytime soon. Minion Lions can be pretty strong, I suppose, but those hippies have no upgrades. Yeah, he's got to get those hop numbers coming, by all means. I guess Zoekt doesn't really care too much about the tournament numbers at this point in the game anyway. He's just got to try and lose them in a valuable way, if that makes sense. Where can you get the playlist? It's lit. Dude, I'll show you, man. I'll link your ass. It's the Red Bull music for the Red Bull tournament. El Renado. Hyperion is just in, okay. Anyways, for example, a Flaming Weapons, if eventually Bachi can get Heroic and he can use a Flaming Weapons, that can maybe really complicate things for Jollyman. A Chronos play. Ooh, but he has Hyperion. Just kidding. There's Chaos for Jollyman. Never mind. That is just gonna be really hard. Chaos is such a good counter to Flaming Weapons, right? El Renado music was good shit. Dude, that's what we're listening to. I just wish it was longer, man. I just wish it was longer. I also wish that, if you guys remember the El Renado tournament that Red Bull hosted at the castle, they also had the live band that would play like renditions of Age of Empires music and Age of Mythology music. I wish they added that music to this playlist as well. As short as Chaos is, you want to cast Pavilion throwing Aspen. Yeah. Well, but I mean, indeed. So the fact that he's got so many frickin' Mermellos, how are you going to counter those? You know, throwing Axeman would be an excellent way for Loki to do so, since Loki gets extra bonus damage. But at the same time, that Chaos can be so brutal. I don't know what Bachi's going to do here. He's still in the second age. He's still in the classical age. So, same thing with Zoekt, actually. Zoekt here in the pink. He's up at the Vil limit, basically up at the Vil limit, but he's still in the classical age, which is a little bit interesting. Is he going heroic? He's actually not going heroic just yet. So maybe there's a big... This is hilarious that he dropped a forward granary economic guild. Anyway, this is so interesting. Maybe there's an opportunity for Ramses to really get going and cause, you know, prevent Zoekt from getting into the heroic age and get some type of an advantage over here. He needs it because Bachi is looking pretty sad on the bottom side against Jollyman. He had to deal with so much harassment of his economy with the double Terma on his eco, you know. Okay, so the economic guild is destroyed. That's going to stop the Lush from right here. Remember, Lush, it heals for the Gaia units. It heals his units, makes them faster, blah, blah, blah. So the dropping forward economic guilds is hilarious and such a good idea by Zoekt. You can see there's two more right there on the left side of your screen. Good fight here, man. I think this is a good fight here for Zoekt. He has the numbers advantage, but Ramses has the unit advantage, I guess. He's got the heavy hoplites. They're Poseidon hoplites, no Athena hoplites. By all means... Ooh, but he did go up through... Yeah. He did go up through Ares, so he does have the Phobosphere Panic. So they do a little bit of divine damage, +1 divine damage. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, honestly. Is it enough to hang on here, though? Is it enough to hang on? And again, Zoekt has a big economic advantage over Ramses. So Ramses needs to maybe, I guess, and in fact, Zoekt is trying to go Thea. Okay, he's just going Thea right now. So about 75 seconds, he will be up through Thea. Okay, so there's a minute window of opportunity, maybe a 2-minute window of opportunity for Ramses to try and get a nice position here against Zoekt. Zoekt is having to go back right now, so I mean, there's some potential here. There's some potential, but it's not like Ramses is looking super strong himself here, you know. Let's go take a look at the other side. Jollyman is doing his Chronos thing. Is he? No, he's not quite going mythic or anything just yet, but he has been on a second town center for quite some time. He's close to his Vil limit as well. Okay, how about Bachi? Well, what do we got going on for Bachi? Bachi is up heroic, man. Bachi's up heroic, and he's got a hill fort up as well, so he can maybe sneak his way mythic, possibly. What would you go if you're in Bachi's shoes in a 2v2? Fimbulwinter? Nidhogg? Nidhogg can maybe be really nice against Jollyman, against Chronos, without a bunch of Witchmabobbers, Arcus heroes, that sort of thing. Nidhogg could be super sick by all means. That compared to a Fimbulwinter usage, hard to say. There's our group of throwing axemen. Good group of hers here, good group of throwing axemen, but still. Dude, he's dropping in some, what are those things called? Destroyers. Okay, there's the Arcus, mixing in some Arcus. I guess Satyrs can maybe be okay against myth units and Nidhogg as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th town center getting claimed for Zoekt. This is the 4th town center of Ramses, by the way, getting claimed here. He's dropping a palace forward as well. So he's just suffocating Ramses here. down here on the bottom side. So much so that actually he's just... Oh, dude. What a great raid here, man. What a great raid. That should be a whole bunch of dead vills. Imagine Shockwave there. Ooh. Doesn't even need Shockwave, man. Heavy Merms coming in. Villagers are so freaking squishy. He doesn't have the, what's it called? The, what's it called? Not granary. The, what's it called? Hunting equipment upgrade. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Really great raid there. Really great raid there. Okay, back on this other side, back on this other side. Survival equipment, that's what it's called, not hunting equipment. Where's Shockwave? Yeah, I was just saying, imagine it. Nobody's got Shockwave here, no Aranos. Anyway, can Bachi take a good fight here, man? Ooh, he is up mythic, he is up mythic, he is up mythic. Oh, there's the flaming weapons. Are we gonna have the chaos? There's the chaos! Oh my god! Ooh, we got a Fafnir. That's really sick. Oh my god. Look at all those dead throwing axemen. Are we gonna get a burn? Oh. Nice, oh my god. Nice micro by Jollyman right there. He doesn't get burned by Nidhogg. Ooh, what excellent micro right there by Jollyman. But still, Nidhogg coming in right in the nick of time. But that chaos was so freaking brutal, dude. Are you kidding me? Yeah, he's got a land dragon and an air dragon, but double dragon here. We, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. But down on this side, dude. Down on this side.
Oh, Jesus.
I know, but Zoekt is going so hard against Ramses on this bottom side. He's over here. He's over here. He's over here. Oh my, he's over here even. So Ramses is just in this little tiny corner of the map. At least he has a gold mine here, but Bachi needs it for crying out loud. That was, dude, imagine if that Nidhogg got all of those archers. That would have been so crazy sick. That would have maybe been able to bring it back into this game. However, Implode is coming. Or, sorry, Atlas. Why was I calling him Atlas? Whatever. Atlas is coming. There we go. Atlas is coming. So an Implode is on the table, friends, for our... oh, that's Jollyman we're looking at. This is Jollyman's perspective. Is this Jollyman's perspective? Both players are going to Implode, actually. Atlas's Implode is going to be in here in just a second for both players. Double Implode? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Come on, man. He doesn't even need to use it at this point in time. Ha, you're funny. Nice. Fafnir donating some gold to Jollyman. I think that's such a stupid mechanic, but we'll talk about that later. Zoekt is all over red, man. He is all over red's business. There is no... She doesn't... why not just use an Implode here, man? Just use an Implode here and just suck up the units. Just suck up the economy. Suck up the eco, suck up everything. Swing. Suck it up. Suck it real good. Come on. Come on. We gotta see at least one Implode before the game ends. Come on. Come on, Jolly. Find something good. Even, like, look, find a good one here. Come on. Get the vills, hops, vills, etc. Could be sick. Partnership could go to the owner. Yeah, like, it's so weird to give it to the enemy. That's so messed up, dude. But again, we'll talk about that later. Okay. We're gonna take a quick peek over here. All right, Bachi's trying to sneak a TC. Yeah, I don't think so. The Wiz Dragon. Perfect timing, Wiz Dragon. Wiz Dragon, what is your opinion on Fafnir? Is it cool that Fafnir gives the enemy a gold donation, or is that BS? There's only one correct answer to that. Anyways. Okay. Imagine if the mummy special gave a minion to the enemy. Yeah, exactly. Seriously, but we'll talk about that later. So the Implode, where was the Implode happening? There we go. The Implode was beginning to happen here for Zoekt. Come on, man. It's too late, Zoekt. Too late. But at least we get, it's cool that it continues cycling around. Wow, that actually looks cool. Look, it's like the black hole. We can see it. Look. Cool. Anyway. Come on, this is cinematic AF. Ah, that's a fair point. Fine. Jollyman, you asshole. He didn't use his Implode at all. At least you used it in time. Jollyman's the asshole for not using it. At least Zoekt threw in the he threw in the effort for the viewers. It's all about the viewers, man. It's all about the viewers. So let's view the post game. Economies here. Oh my god. Look at poor Bachi's economy. Oh, just the double Terma abuse from early on. He had such a bad economy. I feel for you, dude. I feel for you. compared to Zoekt. Zookt's over here on one town center for about half the game, just chilling with a big fat eco. Ramses and Jolly neck and neck. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Poor Bachi, man. Poor Bachi. He did decent, like, dude, Bachi and Ramses had decent kill-death ratios. But Zoekt just killed so many freaking villagers. So many, so many, so many. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Well, so that means that... What does that mean? That means Jolly and Zoekt move on to the next round in the lower bracket. In my opinion, the attack of Fafnir isn't good enough for that in vanilla. Wait, what? It would be cool if it got up some of this. Hang on a second. What are you talking about with vanilla, Nicola? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, let me go find what we're doing next. We got more recorded games coming our way, folks. Again, we're not casting. I doubt we're going to cast any of these games live just because spectator mode is being a bitch today. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we are going to move up to the winners bracket finals. It's double elimination, okay? So used to specifying because you've been dabbling in balance modding for your own sakes. Well, what does the base game? Yeah, I know, but Fafnir wasn't in the base game. That's why I'm confused. Anyway, so we're going to move back up to the winners bracket, okay? So we're going to have GrandMonster and Apple against Spoofed and Jarl, okay? Big shit. It's a best of 3, which is nice. Most of these are best of 1s, but we're doing best of 3, okay? So we're going to have the winners bracket finals, okay? And then whoever wins that, well, we'll get there. Whoever wins that goes to the grand final. Whoever loses that drops down to the loser bracket, and then we'll pop back up eventually. Anyway, you're always fun to see. I mean, bro, all 4 of those players are going to be sick to watch. So let me download.
Hello everyone, welcome to one of the lower bracket hype matches for the tourney. Having Zastosy and Calero versus Zoekt. Interesting god picks. Freyr and Thor versus Gaia Ra. It's gonna be Super Boom versus some hybrid booming, I presume. This is a map that's not chosen much. This is Midgard. A lot of fish on the side. Very versatile in terms of map strategy. We have Calero playing Thor, which is his second god as he mostly plays Atlantean. And Zastosy also playing Norse, so they were able to both pick Norse, as Zastosy is very much a Odin player. So now on Freyr. Very hard to ban out Jollyman on this side with Ra and Zoekt Gaia. I think they did some draft shenanigans. I have to check the screen here for some strange stuff, but nothing really is happening. Both Zoekt and Jolly are playing their main gods, so it's really them at their strongest. Standards, woods giving Gaia more faster here, faster some woods. Nothing that much out of the ordinary, everyone's quite fine. Jolly docking straight ahead of him instead of in the corner. It used to be that most of the fish was in the corner in the older games, now it's a bit more spread. Town center wise, nothing out of the ordinary. Gold wise, most of the gold is in the middle and all the way on the side. I think they're just exploring as of this point in time. Guild orders not super experimental, I would say.
And we
Jolly is putting most of it on wood to get fish and ship bonanza. I'm assuming he's gonna build a second dock pretty soon. Here it is, second dock for Jolly. What you want to do here currently on Midgard, the strat that most people are doing is the I leave water alone or fight it sporadically when necessary and get a lot of fish ship booming here. Get an early heroic for the pure scene, which is the fish upgrade from the docks. And get that economy rolling, either with a second TC soon or with a military presence. Interesting build from Zastosy as Freyr. Normally you don't dock second dock that soon before your temple is up. In team games I guess you can get away with it. He does have a lot of fishing ships for a Norse player, so he will be waiting a bit for his temple, as you see here. His temple is only up now at 320, which means he cannot get an earlier advance than 5 minutes. Calero on the other hand has 2 Godschalks, but not that much fish. And he doesn't have a second dock, so this is much better, I would say, in terms of a build. But it's more resistant versus any kind of rushing. Now I would not expect any rushing for Ra and Gaia in general, so I don't think it matters that much. I think he didn't really choose it according to that order. Now Calero is not a 4 main, so I'm assuming that's one of the reasons why. Although I think that Godschalk, it gives some presence, and you can have one scouting and one still building. I think standard ups for most people, we're seeing Freya and Oller. Now double Freya was possible. I'm not sure why they didn't do that. I think it's very good versus Atlantean, especially if you can control it more. Versus Ra, it doesn't really do anything unless there's some really strange forests going on. On the other side, what do we have? Like I said, Freya for Calero and Oller. Jolly is going to La, and Gaia is he going? Yeah. Like he is just standardly going Oceanus. Now there is a possibility of going Leto as well. Leto has been predominantly now on land maps for some shenanigans, but I think water maps, that Capivora, that extra servant that you get, is really beneficial. Is there anything being done? Fast military barracks from Zoekt with a manor. I think he's gonna go for Bite of the Shark Murmillo. That's where they do extra damage. He's also going for a quick scout on water, both with his servant and his Sea Marine. On Jolly's side, there is not much fighting border to make sure that only fights are happening in his line of sight and not that he's not getting raided through the back of it. Both have a lot of fish. Calero seems to be a bit struggling when it comes to Echo. His fish is not that much. He also doesn't have a second dock. That is very, very strange. That is very strange. I'm hoping he goes for a second TC fast, otherwise I'm fearing he's already doing suboptimal things. Double Great Hall, which is immediately countered by Jolly Massing Spearman, so that's either a great insight from Jolly or just an extremely in-your-face strategy. Wouldn't really do that, but I guess he wants to see how far he can push it with his
N-wedge into you.
Currently have a very low trade time, so it's extremely plausible that you can just overwhelm your opponent. Like even if you wanted to trade throwing Axeman or Herser, they would have such a small time in response to this. Not much going on the other side. They're kind of building some units. Not much was done in terms of harassment. A small harass, which led to Zastosy making some units on the water, but not enough to fully push someone. He's just defending as of this point in time. He's the house. That's nice. Zastosy doing fast raid though, but not able to finish this long. He's gonna set him back his raid. needed to build him base though. I get why he's doing it. The Kraken is very kills most of the enemy units except Skilla. So I'm guessing he wants to continue with that tactic. On land. Meanwhile, Jolly
Into you, Gary.
23 spearmen at this point in time. There's not really any counter. Good thing that Calero walled a bit, so he's safe on both sides. He still only has one dock though, and his fishing ships are coming from so far, it's not really optimal.
You need to.
Eco upgrades, Jolly has both. Here, Battlebore and Roger will defend, same eco upgrades, and same eco upgrades. So first age. He's not able to fully pass by though. Some raids here as well. Sure. He's probably getting the longhouses up though. We see here.
Into you.
At least he's able to defend now with sufficient units. I think that's it for Jolly. I'm not thinking he'll make more units. I think it's time for him to try and get heroic. As you can see, he's upping Sobek. That's exactly what should be the correct course of action here. Zastosy is still doing pretty well. He's trying to hang on as much as possible. He knows this cannot be won with classical units. He needs to go ahead further. He needs to get some upgrades that overwhelm him when he has a full built army. There is no other way to fight Gaia. He's trying to start with some units. Water still is untouched for both, which gives a heavy advantage to Zoekt and Jolly. To the head of the gate. Zastosy will be getting some smart trades in the battle. Sadly, all make it. That is not paying much attention, and he's so out of place with this gold here. He has a full back gold mine. I don't think he scouted it, I'm guessing. He did scout it. To defend while he's there. Following up like what he needs to do. The Oxford here has been raided. That's going to be a nightmare for the dwarves. Luckily it's gonna be able to build fast. At least Calero is chasing his enemy so that Zastosy doesn't need to work on it anymore. I think this is a pretty case of like having to in so much time other things at the same time. At least he does have a lot of economic upgrades though. He has double tier 2 upgrades, which is great. Not sure what the other people have. Calero getting harassed with gold as well. People not really... Yeah. I think either you need to build buildings there or some sort of wall. You cannot just leave gold out in the open though, even if it's close to your center. They have... Okay. Just first upgrades. Jolly, what does he have? He is amassing units and building forward. Almost double second upgrade. I'm assuming Zoekt has both. Yeah, Zoekt of course has both. He's not the best guy on the server for no reason. He is fortifying his middle. They are really taking map space here. I think Zastosy is doing a better job, especially considering the circumstances he's in. Some wolf race. This is very nice. This is what we like to see. Now, that's a bit too long. Already a bit too much damage. But just running around with these things can cause some damage. That's really what you want to see.
In wedge.
Jolly now making farms in addition to all of his fish. I think he really is so much ahead in terms of economy. If he also gets a new Axeman in here, like way of holding on if he doesn't get Hillfort units and Math Myth units out. You see some running around again for the heavy stage. Needs to be here. They guess you if they get you see here, right? Like there is no counterplay for Zoekt. He can run all he wants, but there is no counterplay. That Jolly is great for actually helping, trying to get rid of these also, because there is no counterplay. Calero sees this. Now will he help? Again, great raid by Zastosy here. He is losing some units, but it is worth it in the long run. The longer this game goes, the more incoming damage he has. Calero is coming down as well, but again, they all have running units. So easily just run away with this CA. Units are dying though. What we see here, at least there's one safe big doll. That is just take down this CC, I think there's still they have been shadowed as you see like just spam for the Freyr. I'm actually not sure if that was the best thing, but I think you cannot go like not have fire giants. It's valuable to lose. You have to go ahead in this place. Now Inferno would have been nice as well for the total push. And if you upgrade this Twilight of the Gods is insane. Like your units will have so much HP at the end. But seeing as they don't have the upper hand at this point in time, these might completely just die. Leviathans, he is even now harassing the fish. I hope he lures them away so that they can stay on fish as long as possible. Jolly's kinda in the middle of like, I can take this forward TC for free, should I do some side missions? This is a very like straight fight because the Irma are flanking the TA will also get to flank themselves. Zookt's eco is great, but he doesn't really have the units to fight a good fight. There is no counter yet to the Chariot Archer, and however, if they can get to the mass, there is very little they can actually do. Getting sniped instead really needs to stop making it, they're absolutely Calero, I think they're both again doing beelines from one to the next. They're almost walking past each other. Someone really needs to start building with their teammates if they play like this. I think at this point in time, you just give up a bit of ground and start just actively pushing with siege into the enemy's main base. I really don't like this one. Supply units next to each other. Kind of but I guess in live management, get that to they're getting heavily out now because there's not enough I think the most important part is like they just didn't have the eco to keep up. You saw it in the beginning when I highlighted it. The fishing ships on Jolly's and Zoekt side were so much more exuberant than the one on Calero's and Zastosy. Zastosy still has some decent economy, I would say, but yeah, Calero was really nowhere to be found. Bad build order, not much eco. I think he did okay in terms of like his army control. That was not that bad, but in the end there was just no eco. You see Zastosy here, he was doing really well. So his myth units killed so many units. His berserks super well on the Therma. Like there is no counterplay for Zoekt. Even though Zoekt also has a ton of units killed. That's mostly because of the double Jollyman getting units low as well with his chariot archers. You see here the kill to death ratio. It's really high for all of them except for Calero. Jolly also killed 20 villagers, that's also fishing ships included. In terms of tech, yeah, we know both of them had much more eco, so they will be having a lot more technologies researched. Is there anything else that's worth mentioning? Let's see, timeline-wise. I think both of them had some idle villagers. It seems Jollyman had really like a lot of idols at most. Just focusing on a lot of other things. That's always the problem with RTS games. You need to choose some point of focus. You cannot focus on everything unless you're some Giga Asian with 500 APM. And don't get me wrong, those people do exist, but they're playing StarCraft 2. So make of that what you want, but it is the truth. In terms of resources, as already explained, the fish was a big differentiator here. You see clearly Jolly, Zoekt, much higher resource total than both Zastosy and Calero. Although Zastosy had much more fish though, he did get raided a lot and also got doubled. Both of them, at least Zastosy also lost some dwarves. Dwarves is really the key motor when it comes to Norse economy. They mine gold so fast. It's really, there is no equivalent. So yeah, I guess it's a GG. It was by default a really difficult matchup. Like Norse are a good civ, but double Norse on Midgard, in my opinion, is not what you want to do though. It leaves too much wiggle room for Greeks to shine with Scylla. It leaves too much wiggle room for Eggy to boom. Ati are by default good on any map. I think they are really like the baseline. They're not, I don't think they're the strongest on any map, but they also don't really have any weaknesses except for infantry. But yeah, I think this was a great game. Hopefully Jolly and Zoekt can do something versus Apple and GrandMonster, and we'll be going back to Iron Maiden for that one. Peace out, guys.
Alrighty, everybody. Loser bracket finals. Right here. Loser bracket finals, okay? The winner of this one single game goes to play against Spoofed and Jarl in the best of 3 for the grand finals. Okay. So this is a rematch, actually, of the semifinals. We have a GrandMonster and Apple against Jolly and Zoekt. So we're starting off with red and blue. We have we have GrandMonster here in the blue playing Ra. Okay, down here in the red we have Apple playing Zeus. Ra and Zeus, 2v2. Ra and Zeus with a 1 gold mine Ghost Lake map. Okay, well, let's look at their opponents first. Let's look at the opponents first. So Jollyman is here in the green. Jollyman is going for... Really? Jollyman is playing Loki in the green. And Zoekt is in the yellow playing Thor. Okay, sorry. So we have Team Norse, Thor for Zoekt. This is so interesting. Because again, Zoekt being a Gaia player, I mean, he's a Gaia's always been an eco god, so I guess he should be good at macro. Thor, oddly enough, has turned into, a bit of a macro eco god, which is interesting. Anyway, so yeah, Zoekt with Thor and Jollyman with Loki. Again, against Ra and Zeus. So on the top side is where we're gonna have Ra and Loki, Ra and Loki on the top side, and then on the bottom side we have Zeus and Thor. With a decent gold mine for the Thor player. Decent gold mine for the Thor player, the eco advantage for the Thor player with the extra dwarves as we've seen many times before. So I think that an Athena rush can be good, but an Athena rush from the Zeus player, there's tons of opportunity for Zoekt as on the Thor side of things to defend against this. Okay, he's already got, what upgrades does he have? Let's check his upgrades real quick. Okay, so he has he has 3 of the 4 potential starting upgrades. He's got 3 additional upgrades at this point in time. We're gonna go to his perspective so that we can see right here what else he's getting. Okay, so he doesn't quite have the copper weapons upgrade coming in, so he's right now only has the 3 additional dwarves. Anyway, Heracles going after that troll. Heracles is gonna get the troll if he really wants to, but he's going in there deep down low. Anybody know that song, Deep Down Low? So good. Okay. GrandMonster going for a second town center. Oh, giggity. Look at that. Double Aurochs and a frickin' boar. And right next to your berry bushes behind your starting town center. Yeah. Don't mind if I do. Thank you very much. Awesome little town center right there. Back TC. Plus on top of that, look at that gold mine. That gold mine is so good. It's built on a platform. Hello. Really nice to start. It's a really nice map for the blue player, for GrandMonster. It could potentially be a little bit difficult for him to take a forward town center and get into the gold mines, which are up here on the top side. Anticipating Jollyman as a Loki player to stay 1 town center, get some map control, trying to establish that, blah blah blah. Maybe see some team synergy between Jolly and Zoekt. Try to be a little bit more mobile than the Athena army can be. So there's lots of potential here, but GrandMonster should have such a big fat lucrative economy, you could say. Lucrative. That's not a word you often hear in a Age Mythology cast. A lucrative economy. A lucrative boom, you could say. Anyway, having said that, speaking of lucrative, man, nice little attack on that Minotaur, getting some value from all these Hersir. Lots of Hersir here, actually. Tons of Hersir. That's Thor and Loki Hersir here. I feel we're elevating the chat. Exactly, lucrative. You see, in this chat, it's only a college level English, please. Or whatever language you happen to speak. Only college level language here. Which means I guess I have to stop speaking all the fun foreign languages because I can't speak them at a college level. Anyways, so we got double hoplites here for Apple. Again, he's still on 1 town center with a boatload of goats. God, tons of goats here for Apple. And the double TC for GrandMonster. Walling up, that's funny. That's funny considering all those Hersir can bust through those fast enough. But anyways, Yeah, Apple just needs to defend long enough to where GrandMonster will enter the chat and probably spam a shitload of camels and just completely demolish the economies of the Norse players. The Norse players are going for town centers, by the way. Jollyman's going for a back TC. He's got Aurochs nearby. He's got Caribou nearby. He's got Gold nearby. Oh my. On the front side. Zoekt is taking his forward TC. Aurochs nearby. Gold nearby. Oh baby. More gold mines, berries, etc.'s, you know, down here on this bottom side. So, okay, we're getting a little eco action going. Okay. These guys are looking to enhance their GDP, some would say. Some would say that. We have segment that just came in. We got a Dwarven breastplate coming in, by the way, for Zoekt, rather. So he's got a whole extra dwarf there. He's up at 37 dwarves compared to, the 32 of Jollyman. So, buddy, that Dwarven armory, it definitely pays off, man. It definitely pays off. I think it's a very boring bonus for Thor, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. That's just like my opinion, man. Okay. All right. So again, we have Sekhmet, which is in for GrandMonster. There's the Citadel. There's his Dealy Hoppers, Migdal. What's he going for? Let's go to his perspective. He's number 1. He's going for Zagamels. He's going for Camel Riders. Okay. No double Migdal. Okay, so none of that double Migdal production. He's just going for he's just going for that single Migdal production. And he's headed straight over to the economy of Jollyman in the green. Okay. I mean, Hersier against camels? Random teams? No, it's not random teams, Kratas. It is not random teams. These guys chose, the teams were chosen. The teams were chosen. Camels, as my friend from Jordan says. They call them camels over in Jordan. Dude, that's funny, man. Second town center coming in for Apple, by the way. A little bit late, but again, he had to. I actually like what Apple did right here. Theoretically, he anticipated that he would get doubled, and he was doubled. And so, he can't go for the boom straight away to match his friend, his teammate, GrandMonster. So he goes for, the army, does not necessarily go aggressive, just make sure that he can defend himself. And then, he knows he's secured. He could take a town center. He could maybe take the town center earlier, but, we're not gonna be hypercritical in that regard. Jolly God is such a nice, I mean, yeah, I would definitely argue that GrandMonster has the best base, actually, right, because look at these little choke points that he has to wall off, and then he was just chilling with berries, all the hunt, gold, etc. He's doing great, so I'd argue that he had, but Jolly's got a great, a couple of walls himself, and Jolly's doing his thing. And I really like that Zoekt has his forward town center, by the way. So his back town center to be claimed at some, later point in time. But at the same time, Apple's got a whole plethora of hoplites. So those things can definitely shred buildings hard, shred through walls, shred through buildings pretty hard. So he's got to be careful not to lose this position in all sincerity. Plus the potential for Underworld, the potential for Underworld could complicate things bigly. Could we say that GrandMonster has a natural endowment? GrandMonster is definitely naturally endowed. I've known him for a long time. Can confirm GrandMonster is naturally endowed. Okay, we got the hoplites coming over here to Jollyman's side. Jollyman, the Loki player, man, he's gonna have to handle the heavy pressure from the camels, those raw camels, heavy camels coming in. I guess raw Migdal units overall, heavy chariots, heavy camels coming in. So that is a heavy push coming in hot. Although the medium hoplites. So Zoekt has got to get over there ASAP, man. Otherwise, Zoekt was not tracking the army of Apple, just kind of chilling back. Taking 4 town centers. If you look at the minimap, Zoekt has taken 4 town centers, the yellow player. But the problem is that poor old Loki here, gonna have a hard time to be running against the frickin' Zeus and Ra, for crying out loud. We got a Scarab that's in, if you can see that right there. Fleming weapons coming in for the Loki player. We got a bronze as well. Man, those camels look cool in their bronze. We got bronze for the camels, bronze on the... Oh, buddy! That is a hell of a god power composition, man. Bronze and restoration on the raw Zeus army. Come on, man. Bye-bye, Herseer. Oh, Loki's getting roasted. You could say that again. He's more like getting gilded right in the face. What was that? That was a flaming weapons. That was a flaming weapon for Zoekt. Zoekt is coming in with his own flaming weapons. He's a little bit late to the party, though. It's like, zzz, you know, engage army 1, flaming weapons 1, shing, dead. Zzz, you know, flaming weapons army number 2, dead. Although at the same time, they only killed the army of Jollyman. Jolly is still alive with 2 town centers and all of his economy, right? And so the flaming weapons is such a big power spike. It's good for GrandMonster and Apple that they just basically completely mitigated that. He did have to use his own god power combination, yes, but you know, but at the same time, Thor and Loki both having to use that defensive flaming weapons. This is good news for the red-blue team here. Having said that, we have a town center coming in real quick. We have a town center in Migdal's coming forward for GrandMonster. He's looking sexy and strong. Okay, Zoekt is up almost onto 4 town centers himself. Okay, so he's getting those Vil numbers going as well. A little bit behind those blue Vil numbers, but still, he's getting the action going. Those chariots are just gonna slice and dice those Norse units. Are you kidding me? He's got to get like the battle boars and the mid units, I guess, onto the chariot archers. Otherwise, they are going to dice and slice and carve and, you know, etc. All those Norse units. Dude, are you kidding me? GrandMonster, buddy, he's just man, take it easy. Really? Man, he is confident with those chariot archers. More confident than I would be. Sheesh. Okay. Well, you know, here's the thing. Zoekt is on the 4 town centers. Red is on 2. Whoops. Red is on 2. So there's some nice... What? He didn't finish it! He didn't finish it! He didn't finish it! He must have clicked away. What happened? Where's this... Dude! Dude! It's at like 90%! 95%! Oh!
Ouch, that had to hurt.
Perfect Mirbs, exactly. Okay, so he's on 3.98 town centers. If he would have finished that town center, he'd be at full 100 villagers. What a noob! I'm just kidding. Okay, but we do have, but there's this unclaimed, it's not, I guess it's contested, but Jollyman has not claimed his forward town center. So, you know, Zoekt, okay, he's gonna go finish it. You're late, sir. This guy should be fired for crying out loud. He's taking a smoke break at a very, you know, unfortunate moment. Anyways. Okay, so it is 4 and 2 for Zoekt and Jollyman. So they have 6 total town centers compared to GrandMonster and Apple, which are on 5. There is a citadel there. There's a citadel for GrandMonster, so that bumps his population up just a little bit, right? So a little bit of a town center advantage, a little bit of a population advantage for Jollyman and Zoekt, the Norse players. And honestly, I mean, I know that he's dropping his hill fort in a hilarious position over there. That's not typically where Norse players drop hill forts. That is a very Egyptian-minded hill fort over there. Anyways, but town center's still unclaimed. He can claim that shit, honestly. It's in a decent position, although catapults, I wonder if catapults right there can range it. Probably, almost certainly. Anyways, so yeah, okay, Jolly, we could potentially be on a 7 to 5 town center position here, potentially. But you know, this son of Osiris and all those chariots, yeah. Oh my God, look. The double Migdal over here plus the siege works. I think the GrandMonster's a little bit slow to drop his siege works and get catapults out, but you know, whatever. Okay, he's even trying to claim that town center. What a cheeky boy. What a cheeky boy. By the way, the secret delicious part of a fish are the cheeks. So apparently GrandMonster is aware of the cheek, the power of the cheek, and he's going for a cheeky 4th town center, rather. Right, and install these freaking buildings, man. A little bit nuts. What are you gonna do about that son of Osiris, man? I don't know. Flaming weapons has already been used by Jolly and Zoekt, so I don't know what he's gonna do against that. Against this push. Just this push in general, actually. Down on the bottom side. Oops, sorry. Down on the bottom side, we got a hill fort coming in. Again, Zoekt with the 4 town centers. It's good, it's sick, it's wonderful, it's delicious. All the players are over here, though, dude. Check this out. All the players are over here. Chariots galore, Loki galore, Hippospis and other stuff galore. Everything is happening down on this other side. Okay, no catapults just yet, but the 4th town center, if you can see up there, if you look up yonder, the 4th town center did come in for GrandMonster, so it is 6v6 town centers, 4 and 2 for both players, both teams, 4 and 2 and 4 and 2. Excuse me, sorry. Dude, that ball of chariots with the Son of Osiris is just freaking unstoppable. Do they have Bone Bow? They got Bone Bow for that extra range. Good luck, Norse team. Good luck with like Hippospis from on the side of Zeus, Hippospis plus that big fat group of chariots. Good luck. Good luck. Real quick, we're gonna go take a quick peek on this bottom side. Yeah. Look at all. Oh my Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and more. 11. Oh God, 11 military academies, dude. At this point in time, honestly, GrandMonster in the blue is in such a good position. What I think would be a really good idea for, maybe not a really good idea, but a really fun idea for red is instead of Apple, instead of making some Hippospis, just go straight hoplites, dude, and just go TC rating, man. You could just completely shred all of these buildings in like 2 minutes, right? Shred. I mean, it looks like he's going for this forward position here, whatever, but yeah, screw the stupid Hippospis, man. Just go straight hoplites and just shred out the entire infrastructure of Zoekt, man. I'm not even joking. Oh, look at these villas. Look at these villas. Look at these villas. Look at these villas. He's going for the town center. 30 villas to just claim it real quick. Buddy. Apple, that would have been so sick, dude. That would have been way so sick. Screw the stupid Hippospis, man. Ah, he's kind of doing that, I guess, over on this side against Jollyman. Oh my God. I think this is so retarded, man. That's the 3rd freaking restoration that he's... Yeah, it's a recording game. That's the 3rd freaking restoration that he's been able to use. Restoration is one of the best classical age god powers, and it's so fucking cheap. Somebody make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me, man. It doesn't make sense to me. So red is shredding the face of Zoekt. He's shredding the heart of Jollyman and the farming eco. I believe this is GG. I don't think... really, if there was a flaming weapons left on them, you know, for both of the Norse players, it's like, okay, maybe the power spike of the Norse, of flaming weapons can maybe open the door to coming back into this game, but I don't know. The vanilla players are too very good. They're too very good. Dude, Recon, I don't know if we can call GrandMonster a vanilla player anymore. That guy fully embraced the raw lame, like a bitch. He's an AOT player, man. He's an AOM player. He's an AOM player. Another freaking Citadel. That's double Citadel, man. Look. Bam. And the Citadel number 1. Bam. Citadel number 2. Rub salt, man. Add some salt and take his farms. Anyways, there's just nothing that Loki can do against this, man. There's nothing Loki can do against this ball. Huskarls blow, you know, big fat chunks. Yeah, there we go, Jollyman. Oh, we have a Ragnarok! Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, Zoekt tried going for the Ragnarok. Nah, man. Ragnarok sucks these days. Ragnarok really sucks these days. Anyway, so GrandMonster and Apple, go to the rough one for you. Indeed, Jolly. Dude, like, Jolly, the map, at least, well, I would say, yeah, for Raw, this was such a crazy sick map for Raw. because he could basically take that that second back town center, and boom, almost freely, unless you guys knew that this is exactly what it was, like what his resource distribution looked like, and just everything. You could maybe try and rush this and counter it, but dude, like, this was such a killer map for GrandMonster. Sure, you could argue, oh well, everything up here is a little exposed. Loki could have map control. Yeah, not in retail because camels are so strong. Anyway, I would say there was potential, but I think it was rough. I think it was really rough. I think that when all of the god powers were used, I think that was a bummer because Zoekt was just a little bit too late coming over here. Zoekt lost track of Apple's army. Apple's army just, runs over here, and they could double Jolly. Jolly uses his flaming weapons to survive, right? It does force the Zeus god powers, sure, but then after that, they could just handle, it's like they 2v1 the flaming weapons, and then they 2v1 the flaming weapons down here when Zookt's army arrived down in this position. Anyway, after that, it was basically, after the flaming weapons were used in that manner, it was basically game over, in my opinion, after that. There was some potential, but, he just had such a big, fat stack of chariots. It's so hard to counter that, man. It's so hard to counter that. As Norse, I don't know. It was tough. It was tough by all means. I think it was tough. It was definitely tough, but... Golly. Wait, what? Zoekt had that much of a better economy compared to... GrandMonster is Raw? Wow. Thor OP. Haha. You would say that their GDP went into a negative... No, a recession. No, a recession. They... the Norse players experienced a crash, rather, a market crash. Well, there you go, everybody. There you go. Apple and GrandMonster. Apple GrandMonster move on to the finals. So we're going to have Apple GrandMonster against Spoofed and Jarl for the grand finals. I believe this means that Zoekt and Jollyman take third place, which is sick. By all means, I am personally surprised that Apple and GrandMonster are in the losers bracket to begin with, because, they're such sick players and good team game players, sick team game players, etc., etc. So this was a big mountain to climb, and Zoekt and Jolly were close, man. They were definitely close, but didn't quite get it done. But third place is... Oh my god! Look at this units killed statistic. So I know it says my name right here, but this is GrandMonster. GrandMonster had 300 kills. GrandMonster had more kills alone than the other three players combined. Oh my god, dude. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. 47 chariots. How many chariots did you lose? A couple. You see, this is where I don't know why they took away the statistic of units lost, because I think that would be so much more interesting. In a 1v1, you can intuit or assume the kill-death ratio, because you have your kills, your opponents have kills. What units are your opponent going to kill other than yours in a 1v1? So you can intuit a kill-death ratio. But in a team game, I want the units units dead units, units kill, units lost. There we go. I want the units lost metric back, particularly for team games. Usually stick with a good educate. Okay, well then give us an educated guess here, Rosas. Matroso. Dude, can I tell you something? Look at the favorite unit column over here on the far right. Favorite unit, 47 chariots for GrandMonster. 39 and 23 berserks for the Norse players. Yeah, it's not a good sign. That's hello 300, kill death units killed. Ouch, man. I guess it's maybe not a bad idea to go for berserks, trying to get some, they're a pretty decent unit, but still. You converted villagers. Oh, yeah, I suppose I missed that. Anyway, so long story short, Apple and GrandMonster move on to the grand finals, and Jolly and Zoekt are sitting with a very respectable third place. Jolly, very respectable third place. Okay. Time for the grand finals, folks. Time for the grand finals.